Hello, and in this video I'm building a raised plaza area. Now I know this isn't fully like a big plaza, but this is like the practice round for a bigger plaza with more stepped like plant beds and stuff like that. This is like the tester to see if I could get it to work, and it did work out very nicely. I've been playing around with custom stairs with the curb assets that Ronix has released ages ago, and I've been using those to turn them into steps and to make them like custom stairs that fit everywhere. The only problem is that's very high on the prop limit. Like, you're using so many props to make the stairs that putting them everywhere is just gonna be difficult and just a bit of a pain, really. So as you can see here, I'm using also Ronix's asphalt, the ploppable asphalt, to create a layer that I'm gonna then put a decal over to sort of create this more. It's like a bigger area. It is for a business, or maybe this is like a public space, like a museum or something. But like I said, this is the very bare minimum that I could think about doing to try and get it to look the way I wanted it to, with some curved planters and stuff, and some square planters as well, just like the test bed, really. I need to find some good images of raised plazas, of like curved planters, to just get a bit of inspiration off, because I found many plazas, but they're not really what I'm looking for. I don't know really 100% what I'm looking for. As you can see here is where I'm making the stairs, and they clip a bit and they do a bit of flickering, but it's not too bad if you just don't really look at it. But the way you get people to walk up them is to put a pedestrian path underneath. Now you could use a vehicle path and then raise it to get it perfect so that people walk directly on the stairs, because on mine the people, like, their legs are under it, because obviously they're walking on the path and they just walk up, and they're like up to their knees under the stairs. So not the best, but it works. What I'm thinking for this raised plaza design is like an extremely modern design, with as many curves and as many steps and as many plants as I can think of putting, because I don't really know any good examples of old plazas, like raised plazas, because they're just not. I mean, they're interesting, they're cool, but not like I don't think it could really be well reproduced in city skylines to the extent that this has been reproduced. I mean, maybe it could be done. I mean, maybe I'm just saying it can't be done, and it probably can quite well. But I did have a lot of problems with the building, like lifting up. And at the start, I tried to use the mod. It's like, is it Place Anywhere or something? Or it allows you to remove the way that buildings pull the terrain up and down. But I couldn't get it to remove, because some buildings it doesn't let you, really. So that's what I was doing at the beginning, and I just had to deal with these slopes. And in the end it did work, because people would they're standing on the slope, so they're not in the ground. So it worked out quite nice. And I thought I should also have a couple sloped areas where people can get up onto the main area via a slope. You know, people in wheelchairs or bikes. And this is that bit I am doing right here. I'm just matching it with the other piece, trying to get it perfectly the same height and the same angle, which doesn't really work because I did it slightly off, so I have to tweak these end bits and just get them to work out quite nice. Now in this part, I go for a more like a stepped planter sort of thing, where it sort of matches the stairs, but then flattens off at the top and is a, I don't know, a raised planter area. It looks quite nice. You could do so many things with these curb assets to make nice looking planters and Lost Gecko's retaining wall assets. You can do loads of stuff with them. Now for the main entrance, I use a proper pedestrian path and I move it into place and raise it up so I can have a nice like ramp that heads towards the main entrance. And I try and make it like as, I don't know, fancy looking as I can, with some curved walls and planters on each side as it leads up into the main entrance. Now I skipped ahead a bit. This is where I'm creating the curved wall to place on top. I found it easier to create them off site and then move them on with Move It. So this is like a curved wall to keep soil in, and I'm just moving them up and down to get them the level, the right height, just to keep them perfect. And I just copy them over and stick them on the other side. Now this part here is where I'm creating the main curved part of the build, just to see what could be done with these curb assets. These are different ones. These are slightly bigger. They're white, obviously, as you can see, and I think they fit better as a big concrete slabs that would be placed to create these sort of curved, stepped sort of garden design. And these ones at the end here aren't really level, so I go out and I delete those and end the planter there, because it didn't really need to go that far. Now as you can see, I'm using the proper asphalt for the garden area, where technically after I did this I could have just placed the flowers and grass on the ground, because if I placed enough you wouldn't be able to see that there was nothing underneath. But this sort of created a way so that I could stick a dirt decal down on top of the proper asphalt to make it look more dirt, like that there is dirt here other than proper asphalt. I just copy that stair over because it saves a lot of work. I just have to simply reuse the asset that I created. So, and really there's just a lot more like stairs that I add. It's quite a nice design. I mean, it adds a lot to cities and a lot to buildings, but it's extremely time consuming and uses up a lot of props. So if you did this on loads of your downtown buildings, it would fill your prop limit up like so fast. And you can see here I'm doing like minimal detailing, just adding Padelmo's bushes down, some grasses, a couple big ferns and trees to cover some of the areas that aren't covered by the grass. A couple of flowers just to fill in the area, and I do this with the other ones as well, but I cut that out because you don't really need to see it. So this was a shorter video this time, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.